Good morning, peoples. Let's get this video out. This is the one you've been waiting for. This is the actuals. Okay, so I can tell you what's what. Let's start with Zomo. And, darn it, come on. What is with this finesse is not, okay. People, I don't know why this isn't letting me do. Okay, I'll roll it like this. All right, $17 is what it closed at. What's it paying? Zomo, Exxon, 36 cents on my prediction of 31. What's the yield? 25.86. The NAV's at 17. Okay, not much of a total return, people. 2.46. These are not annualized. They're just a collection of what's it paid in its entire life. And if I take that versus the $20, they're all set to 20. It's the inception price. So I just simply say, hey, $3.49 over the life so far is $17.46. Be better if it's annualized, but it's not for now. So you barely got a return. And that's with a lot of payments. Okay, let's take a look at JP Morgan. Well, JP Morgan is doing better, right? It's collected $4.44. It beat substantially my prediction, a yield of 32.51 annualized, right? So positive total return, excellent. All right, we got to move over a little on all the rest, and because they've had longer. The rest of these guys, except for the end, there's some newbies with 1 or 2 months, but otherwise I'm in here where a lot of these have been paying for many, many months. So you have a very low price on work. Nobody cares about it. It didn't even get, there's only 3 or 4 that didn't get to my number. A lot went over it. So it's positive. I got to tell you, I'm excited. I mean, they paid a lot more on many of the funds than I thought. Okay. So a negative total return. Aptly. Okay, $30.73. Or Bruce, come on. 30.73% yield. You can tell I've had a long day and night, and now it's morning again. So I am just worn out already. 4525 on a 3.9 estimate. So a 30.73% yield. Their NAV is down, but they still got almost a 20% total return. All right, MSFO, 19.6, okay, is their NAV. What did they pay? 43 cents on a 39 estimate, yielding 26.48. Overall, with just barely a low on their NAV, they've got a 30% total return. Now, these guys have probably been paying for over a year. Yeah. Well, no, in 1 year exactly. So when you have a number like that these are actually annualized by default, right? $6.40 collected over the last 12 months is 32% measured against $20. Okay. This particular yield this month is 26.48 measured against 1960, 19.6. So we have a total return over the 12 months of 30%. Not bad. But you also had a very good Mag 7 environment so far. I'll bet you at the end of the year it's nowhere near this, with the September pull down, likely an October pull down. We shall see. All right, Dizzo, 35.20. It paid 50, almost 150% of my prediction. So good on you, Dizzo. I'm going to move through these quicker, people. 46 cents. You can read. GUI missed its number. I had 42. I think one of 4 that were under. Paid 35.77, 28.20 yield, and the NAV's not doing that well. All right, Netflix. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. 51 on 51. Bruce, you got it. You hit it. 36.49. The NAV's down. Otherwise, it's had an excellent return over the last year. 44% yield. but it's at a 16% drop in its NAV. This one is also tied to the year mark, right? Actually, this will be the 13th payment. So not quite tied to the yield, to the perfect annualized. This one, nice payment, but look at this. Everybody knows it sucks. Look at how terrible these numbers are. All right. PP, Netflix, or sorry, PayPal. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. 3 times the estimate, more than 3 times. 102% yield, about almost a $19 NAV. $1.61, that's like the third highest payer. Amazing. Just good job. I didn't see it, people. And you're going to see another pay, Squee paid pretty high. Not this high, but it paid pretty high. There's something, even though we've seen signs of a recession and people watching their spending and credit card delinquency and all kinds of things, we're seeing these payment systems make money. Okay. Myrna, nothing to say here. It beat by 3 cents, but it's in the tank here. Look at the negative total return. AMD, nice payment, AMD, 93 cents, 9294, peoples. 80% yield. The only bad, even with a 30% drawdown, they still, let's see how many payments they've had. Yeah, they were November, so they got one more payment to get annualized. So they're going to be up around dividend yield is going to be some 60%. And then if they're down 30%, they're going to have like a 30% return, right, for total return. GDXY, 60 cents. Not my favorite fund. I love GDX as an underlying. I see that super bullish, but I haven't been happy with how the fund manager writes its calls and plays this one at all. But a decent yield, 40% yield, but look at the NAV. And that's come back up. I mean, it could easily be higher. And if they did the calls, we could have easily made a lot more money. Facebook Meta. Okay, nice performer. Paid less, but overall, it's paid pretty well over the last year. Yeah, this is 13th month pay. Okay, guys, I'll move along. AMZ, another one. I think the AMZ lovers will be happy. It paid almost 66 cents, over 65.5 cents. 41% yield. Its NAV is hanging in there for a nice total return, peoples. Now, I think this one's around, yeah, this one's 13 months of pay also. All right, ABNY, nothing to talk about here. Airbnb, people are not booking Airbnb. So you're talking negative here, and a yield after launching for 3 months of 16. That's nothing to write home about. Tesla, I'm happy to say I was wrong. I had an estimate of 55 cents with a hoping that they paid 80 cents. But did I think there was a chance? Not really. But they did. 81, 86, 70% yield. Nothing to sneeze at. But these kind of fast movers that move up quickly and move down quickly, they don't do so well in these income funds. Look at this. Out of all of these payouts, okay, they're still not there, right? They're still not ahead. They're about break even. All right. Crashed the inverse on Tesla, right? The Tesla inverse. Nice. 98 cents. These are hard to predict. They're hard to actually analyze on a daily basis. They're a little harder than the upside ones. They got more moving pieces. All right, I'm going to keep going, people. Fiat. Fiat is the top dog. They paid the most of any fund, an inverse fund. Now, I thought they might get capped more. They must have, but you know what? Coin, it's very interesting. I don't think this is going to last, people. Although I think the rest of the month, I don't think coin recovers much. I think it's going to probably be November before Bitcoin gets really going. But let's see. Okay. Nice, nice. Dips, also nice, right? Dips is just a couple pennies less than Nvidia itself, right? And this is the inverse. I think in Nvidia, you'll see it here in a minute, 123. All right, peoples, let's go quickly. Alibaba has kept its 70 to 74. Squee, again, I told you these payment system. 127 versus 67 I had. Nice, Squee. Snowy, it's been dropping, so it's hurt on its NAV. But again, this would give it a lot higher if it had more payments. So it's not fair when they have a short period of time, but they only had a short period to go down, and they went down 15% on the NAV in a short period. So I guess it does hold true. YBIT, one I don't like at all. I don't like that it sits on top of BITO anymore. And it gets capped like crazy because it's riding on BITO. All right, guys, it's negative. I don't like YBIT. Coney, I used to love YBIT, but as I saw it, I saw the fallacy of it. Why not be in BITO itself? Doesn't get capped. Does have a period at the end of the fiscal year where it doesn't pay much. Otherwise, it pays well about 8 or 9 of the months. Okay, Coney the pony. Coney came in. I pretty much knew it would pay $1. All my videos said that. But when I did my prediction, I just went with 95. But honestly, I didn't think they were going to go below $1 because they haven't. They've never paid below $1. They paid $1.07. I think they paid $1.751. They paid $1.07 something else. If you go back over here, this one rounded. But they paid the dollar. Good job. Now, what's impressive about Coney, they're at the year mark, people, right? They started their first payment in October. So here's your annualized without even saying it's annualized. They've given you $20.57 in 12 payments. Now, you could have bought it at 1978 at the close on inception, but I used 20. And using that value, yeah, you've lost 31.75. Look at this. It's been terrible over the last couple of months. That's why Fiat's done so well. It's been terrible. But even given how terrible it's still got an annualized yield of 71.12. Pretty darn awesome, Coney. Now, with these big payouts, can it ever get that NAV up? Let's hope so. Okay. Nvidia. Oh, it paid 135. Remember I said that dips paid 121 or something, and I thought it was 123. Sorry, guys. So it paid 135. Okay, good job, Nvidia. Now look at Nvidia. Nvidia's had 16 months of payments, right? So this would have been 12 in May, 13, 14, 15, 16 through September. But hey, it's paid 21.27, right? So it passed that up. It was at the $20, just at the $20 at the 15-month mark. Coney got there in 12, and guess what MSTY's going to do? Going to beat all of them, right? And Nvidia is up on its NAV. So kudos, even though Nvidia's gone down a lot recently and is probably going to go to sub 90 in September with what I see coming, still done pretty darn good. All right, MicroStrategy, known as MSTY, Ms. MSTY. This one, no matter what I predict, I went way out on a limb, and I told you in my videos it's only going to earn 89 cents, 94 cents. They're going to pay $1, people. They're not going to underpay $1. So I decided to do my prediction, and I said, you know what? If I predict $1, they're going to pay $1.50, because over here I predicted like $1.45, and they went $1.90. Over here I predicted like $1.80 or $1.90 in the dollars, and they went 2. Over here I had 2.50 and they went 3. So I said the common denominator is they go 50 cents higher than my prediction. So I'm not going with the dollar. I'm going with $1.50. And what did they do? They're going to show me, aren't they? To my delight. 185, second highest payer. Awesome. And where are they in 6 months of payments? 6 months. They're almost at $16. They're projecting like 31.60. If they now, do I think they're going to do as well over this? Well, they could once Bitcoin, but I don't see Bitcoin really running until November. But hey, let's see. And then we have to worry about capping, but maybe they'll do the fun and they'll use spreads by then and resubmit. Who knows? If I see Bitcoin running, I'm buying a 2x MSTR or a 1.75 from Defiance. All right, nice job. So you talk about a total return in 6 payments, right? Because they're still above their NAV. Yeah, they down pretty, kind of like Nvidia and a lot of others in going over the last 3 months. But overall, it's pretty awesome. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. Again, Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Have a great day ahead, peoples. Bye for now.